So hi, today I'm going to talk about photojournalism, and the photographer that I choose is Steve Mccurry. So first of all, what is photojournalism? Photojournalism is the process that some photographers use to tell stories. Also, they could include in videos to tell that stories, and they could portray an important event. The people who are dedicated to this profession use image to tell a new story, and even the simple image that they capture will generate an incredible impact on the viewer. Some subcategories of photojournalism are pictorial, spoke news, general news, portrait, environmental, and more. But the subcategory of my photographer, Steve Mccurry, is spoke news. So, what is spoke news? Spoke news is a subcategory of photojournalism. In this subcategory, photographs are intended to show an environment of maximum urgency. Most of the times, this environment is unpleasant or undesirable. However, despite how cruel they can be, because this is the finally or the main objective of the photographer. He wants to generate awareness in the viewer, preventing that similar events like that he photographed happen in the future. Spoke news, spot news photographers also could photograph accidents, airplane crashes, tornadoes, fires, murders, bank robberies, wars, and things like that more. So now I'm going to talk about my photographer, Steve Mccurry. I'm going to say a brief description of him and talk about his life and his masterpiece. So Steve Mccurry, born in April 23 of 1950 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. From the beginning, he was passionate about art, and it was after a few years later that he began to like photography and in his subcategory spoke news. This subcategory in the future allowed him won many recognitions in all the world. The passion of this photojournalist led him to document and photograph different countries with problems and wars. One example of these countries is Afghanistan, and one example of many photographs that he takes is the Afghan girl, who is considered his masterpiece. Uh, okay, so this masterpiece, the Afghan girl, was taken in December 1984. It portrays an approximately 12 years old girl of Pakistan. Mccurry were found the girl. He was in a school of Afghanistan. That school was full of girls. When he saw that, when he sound on his back loud, he saw a girl that, and he knows immediately that he need to take a photo of this moment. This was the first time that the girl have ever been photographed in all his life, and the image was named as the most recognized photo in all the story of the National Geographic magazine. The identity of the Afghan girl was remained unknown for over 17 years, until Mccurry and the National Geographic Group contact the girl again. When Mccurry said that the skin of the girl, a woman, was weathered and had some wrinkles now, but she's as striking as she was all those years ago. Personally, I think that Steve McCurry with this photo want to portray the purity of children that remains intact even in conflicts and wars. And, and this is the case of the girls that face generates a feeling of purity and tenderness. So now, if I were a photojournalist, what category would you like? So if I were a photojournalist, I would like to work in sports action because I'm passionate about sports and it will be a less dangerous job than other subcategories in photojournalism. Uh, yeah, and if I have the option to choose another subcategory of photojournalism, I will choose the subcategory of general news because important events appear, I can keep informed in that subcategory. So, what did you learn during the elaboration of the English project? I learned a little more about the conflict that Afghanistan has gone through for many years with the research that I did. It made me reflect that some problems are insignificant and that there are other people who are going through worse battles. It made me value more the things that I have in my life and know that if I have to improve in my process learning, I need to do that because I need to make a change in the world. So that those aspects could learn in the university, but are